Today I'm going to review The Man with the Golden Arm. This movie was based on a novel by Nelson Algren called The Man with the Golden Arm, and essentially it's about a heroin addict who is trying to stay off the habit, who has kicked the habit at the beginning of the movie, he says, and is trying to stay off and get back on the straight and narrow, be a musician, all this kind of thing. And I believe the golden arm part is because he's a drummer, and they say he has a golden arm. Anyway, point being, Frank Sinatra plays a guy named Frankie, who is this drug-addicted guy who says he's kicked the habit. The movie has this fabulous opening with Saul Bass credits and this kind of hip music that gives it kind of a film noir feel, or at least a very dramatic movie feel, something like that. Anyway, one way or the other, the movie opens with this great shot where Frank Sinatra gets off the bus and the camera just stays with him, and the place, you see this bus moving into frame, and this place just looks like a set, like the set of a city. Really, I mean, it just has this set-like look to it. And it just looks so perfect, yet at the same time so imperfect. As if it's so perfectly, everything is perfectly placed to look imperfect. I don't know how else to express it. I mean, the mise en scène, as they say, the look, the layout, the set design, it just works so well. And the camera stays with Frank Sinatra the whole time as he's going across the street after getting off the bus. And there's a cop who kind of gives him a look as he walks by. And it just kind of gives you the feel for this character, even before he's opened his mouth. So that's one of the extraordinary things about this movie. Okay, but the other extraordinary thing is Kim Novak, because I'm doing this for the Kim Novak 90th birthday blogathon. So to start with Frank Sinatra, well, what can I say? I mean, the man, he's the protagonist. But Kim Novak plays a key role in this movie, and at points manages to upstage him from the background. This is the thing that really gets me about Kim Novak in this movie. She is like the good angel urging Frankie to stay on the straight and narrow, whereas on the other side you have the bad devil, the drug dealer who wants him to work for him again and is perfectly willing to give him low-cost heroin to help ease his pain now and then. And he keeps saying, I'm going to kick the habit. I mean it this time. And of course, you know how that goes. But in any event, Kim Novak simply glows in this movie. And you see her in these shots. She'll be squeezed between two people sitting in the background with these looks on her face, or things that she does, looking down, looking pensive, dreamy, whatever, she just kind of, your eye goes to her every single time. It did for me anyway. And there was another shot in particular where she was in the background and Frank Sinatra is sitting in a booth next to her, and she's behind him. And as the camera comes in on Frank, you see Kim come forward like this and say something to him over his shoulder, literally. So it is really, really an interesting movie from every aspect. I mean, and Kim is such a key character. I mean, every good thing that happens, every good opportunity he gets or possibility comes from her being there. So when it reaches the point where she finally kind of storms off and says, I've had it, that feels like a real low point in the movie. And you see this guy struggling the whole time between trying to stay clean and trying to stay, not jittery from not using. And the drug dealer is not helping, and neither is his bitchy, horrible wife, who I will not go into any detail about. If you've not seen the movie, you should see the movie. It's a great movie, and Kim Novak is part of what makes this movie. She really held her own given that she was acting opposite Frank Sinatra and is his good angel, basically. So, do see this movie. It's somewhat grueling, but at the same time, an excellent movie, and with a much happier ending. I don't think I'm giving away too much of a spoiler, because the ending of the novel is so bleak. I don't think they could have made it back then. Maybe. I'm not sure they could have. I don't think the the censorship boards and so forth would have approved of it. Anyway, be that as it may, it is an excellent movie, and Kim Novak was wonderful. So thank you for letting me participate and review this movie as part of the Kim Novak 90th birthday blogathon. Thanks so much, and happy birthday, Kim, to a great career. Here's to you. Cheers. Cheers.